remember you. You lift my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling.
Yo, what's going on, guys? It is your boy the Vinny here, and welcome back to another video on the channel. And today we're going to be doing some more Reddit stories, and today we're going to be looking at from r/EntitledParents. If you enjoy this type of video, don't forget to leave a like and also subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. We're on the road to 300 subscribers, and yes, again, if you haven't seen the last Reddit post, I'm literally recording this without wearing a shirt. It's just because it's hot in the UK and I couldn't be asked to put my shirt on because I feel uncomfortable. So yes, this is going to be something different. It's going to be from r/EntitledParents. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. I know I said that twice already, but I'm an idiot, so let's deal with it. And let's get on to the first story. Sick entitled mother puts my asthmatic toddler at risk. I'm writing this on my phone, so sorry for errors. This was last week, but I'm still so peeved. I just wanted to write it out and vent a little and thought it might fit here. I, a 35 female, frequently travel to visit my family about 5 hours away. I travel with my toddler, a 1.5-year-old female, who hates to the car, so we make frequent stops. My last trip was during the school holidays here, so there was lots of families with children everywhere we stopped. Now, of course, this was no issue until we ran into this one selfish entitled family. So we stopped for some food and play at a server we normally stop at. It has a big shady grass area that Dee, my daughter, likes because she can run and play. So I get a coffee from inside and we head over to the grassed area where I park the car so daughter can play. Now, we have a few vulnerable people in our family, including daughter, so we are still very careful about COVID, and I purposely parked away from the main areas so we could limit our interactions with our strangers. As we make our way back to the car, I notice a family spread across the grass area. An adult male, 3 adult females, and 3 children approximately ages 3, 5, 10, all 3 of them are female. The children and entitled mother of the story were playing in the area close to my car. When we got back to the children, flocked straight to me. Then, as soon as LG, the 10-year-old daughter, who was a lovely girl, polite and happy, started talking to me, and the youngest 2 started play with my daughter, and the entitled mother just turned around and walked back to the other adults who were 20 meters away from my car. She didn't even look back at us, like, seriously, what the frick? Now, this annoyed me so much. Like, really, who just leaves their young children to play and be supervised by a stranger? I love kids, so I wouldn't ever be rude to them. Plus, they were lovely kids, just not mine, and I just really wanted to drink my coffee while daughter played before we had to get back into the car. So as much as this annoyed me, I didn't let the children know. They were just kids. Lonely girl and I chatted away as the young ones played. She was a real talk, and we spoke for about 10 minutes. Then daughter, who has some asthma, started coughing, so I told Lonely girl to excuse me as I needed to get my daughter's puffer out of the car. That's when Lonely girl said to me, "My mum and I have a bad cough from the virus." My heart sank, but I asked what virus it was. "The COVID one," she replied. Instantly, my tone of rage went from mildly irritated to "I'm about to lose my shite." I told Lonely girl that it was nice speaking to her, but we had to leave. I picked up my daughter and took her straight to the car. I poured out the hand sanitizer and a puffer and sorted us both out. I sat there seething and quietly freaking in the back seat with daughter while she ate with some fruit. We were on the way to visit elderly, extremely vulnerable people, and I ended up turning around and driving 3 hours home because I couldn't risk them getting sick if we got COVID from that family. I was so angry and worried for my asthmatic daughter. If you are sick, COVID or other, and have to be out in public, don't interact with anyone, especially without a mask. And healthy or sick, definitely don't leave your children with strangers. Jeez, I hate stupid, selfish, and entitled people. Jesus, that's an intense story. Like, first off, what is the family doing being out in the public with COVID? I don't understand and all that. That's really stupid. And I feel bad for OP because when she got told by the lovely girl, I said lonely girl, did I say that? The lovely girl said that her family have COVID. Like, I'm not blaming the lovely girl, it's blaming the parents. Like, come on. Like, why would you leave your house if you have COVID? I don't understand. Anyways, before I go on around, let's go on to the second story. Entitled parents are forcing me to change my daughter's name. My entitled father called a couple of days ago and demanded that my daughter's name have my maiden name. For context, I am technically Filipino but a second-gen immigrant, as I immigrated when I was 6 years old. Filipino tradition is such that the child's middle name must be the mother's maiden name. For example, my mother's maiden name is Smith, which is a fake name. Therefore, my middle name is Smith. My daughter had just graduated high school and my parents received a picture of her diploma. When they looked at the photo, they realized it did not have the last name / my maiden name on it. They were upset. Given that me and my husband are currently culturally American but ethnically Filipino, husband is like half, we decided to give her a new name for a middle name and have her told her father's last name. I was also forced to have a hyphenated last name. Even though I wanted my husband's last name, I conceded on having both names since my parents paid for my education. It's hell to deal with even to this day. Entitled father complained and demanded that I change her name. I told them we are Americans and live in America, including my entitled parents. Therefore, we will use what is culturally appropriate. He told me he does not care about the American way and that I am turning back on the right Filipino way. My daughter is already 18 years old. I can't legally do anything regarding her name anymore. I had told him that, but he yelled at the man I must get it done, not my daughter, me, and I better or else. Personally, I have a myriad of reasons why I don't want my daughter to have my maiden name. A lot of issues such as FA, SFA, schooling, and even inheritance could also be on the line if she were to change her name. Plus, she doesn't want a different name. My daughter said no, and both husband and I agree with her. Later that night, she called them and told them very nicely that she would in no way change her name. The only reason she would if she gets married in the future. It tired her father threw a fit on the phone and she ignored them and hung up. They haven't spoken to me since. I just want to talk to my parents again, but if they're going to throw a fit over a name, would continuously be upset, especially over a name they knew for about 18 years, then I will cut ties. I hope they will get that out together. Edit. I read comments that my title was misleading / clickbait. I do agree, but I don't think I'm going to change it. Or I can change it. It wasn't something I intentionally decided, but this issue is still going on at the moment. Other family members have got involved, and things are very chaotic right now. So this is very bad for OP. Like, okay, your daughter is 18, and your parents are literally having a fit for not staying to your tradition, which is the Filipino way, and you literally decided to go for the American way because you live in America now. I basically think your parents are fucking mental to deal with and all that. So I feel bad for you and all that. So, yeah, it's just a bit silly. Right, let's go with the third and final story. Entitled parents assaults me with her car so she can park in the handicap access aisle. I'm disabled. This is a mad title to talk about, so here we go. So last night was fun. I had to go to the grocery store to get a couple of things. So to set the scene, I parked in a legit parking space that was nose to nose with a handicap access aisle. I'm disabled and have disability parking license plate, so I tend to park close, and this spot wasn't a handicap space but adjacent to one. Where I'm at in southern Arizona, there is a huge problem with fraudulent use of handicap placards. People often use their disabled relatives' passes, so often the handicap parking is full. As I'm walking through the handicap access aisle slowly, I'm having a bad day, can barely stand up. This Hispanic woman in a white Lexus starts backing her car into me. Not my car, onto my body. She screams out the window, "Get out of my way, I need to park." She backs her car up and makes me stumble, which hurts. She then stops her car, which intentionally blocks access to the van in the wheelchair parking spot, gets out, and starts screaming at me for blocking her parking spot. I tell her, "You just assaulted me with your car. This is not a parking space. It's the handicap access aisle. I'm calling the police." Her response? She tells me that she tells the police I assaulted her. I hit the record button on my phone, which turns on the flash too, and ask her if she wants to repeat that for the recording so I can make her internet famous. She then starts yelling at me, calling me the parking lot police. I tell her that she's literally blocking the vehicle in the handicap spot. Her response is to go, "Woo woo." like a police siren, I guess, and go into the store. But it doesn't end there. The owner of the white minivan comes out. He's a senior citizen with one leg using a mobility scooter, and sure enough, he can't get to his vehicle to those groceries and leave. Of course, I'm no use. I'm in really bad shape that day, lots of pain, just want to grab a cart to lean on and get in the store to grab food for my kid who's waiting for me at home. When the employees from the store comes out and the two of them, employee and the disabled man who owns the van, starts trying to figure out what to do, and I'm on the phone with the police dispatcher at this time. The ultra entitled woman comes out and literally mocks the disabled man, telling him he shouldn't go out if he can't take care of himself. Yells more insults at me, gets in a car leaning on a horn. The disabled man on the scooter gets help to finish loading and is able to get out. Then the entitled woman pulls out. I finally walk into the store. Crazy entitled woman sees me, act like she's going to ram me with her car, leans on a horn before driving off. Of course, the police dispatcher tells me they don't have any officers to send out, but they do record all calls, and she heard part of that. And I did get some of this on video. Man, I wish I were more savvy with video editing and such. I got only a fraction of this, but enough to see what she had done and how she was acting. I would love to make someone so awfully internet famous, even though I have the most annoying voice in the world now that Gilbert Gottfried has passed. Jeez. The police are supposed to contact me later this week and provide me a link to upload the video so that she may get a ticket. It's a $500 fine for blocking a handicap access aisle here. I don't hold that much hope though. Police are very underfunded here. Edit. Yes, she's a parent. I had seen her with a little girl at the grocery store in the past. I shop there all the time, as it's 3/4 of a mile from my home. I could walk there easily if I wasn't disabled. Jeez, this is a mental one to talk about. Like, it's a bit messed up that a woman would actually attack you and accuse you for taking the spot, even though it's literally a disabled spot. So, I think that woman should be just arrested or something, but I know she's a parent and all that, you put in the edit, so OP, I hope you're okay and all that. I'm very sorry for what that has happened to you recently. Hope you are okay with it. That's going to be it for today's video. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like and also subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. We're on the road to 300 subscribers. If you're new around here, what are you doing? Yeah, just hit the big red button down below. If you enjoy these type of videos, just let me know in the comments down below. See you guys very soon. Peace.